Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Um, Sorry that my video looks a little weird, but I'm recording in my home office slash closet. But yeah, I wanted to make this video because I actually been receiving this question quite a bit, and it's like, oh, have you gotten a job yet? Have you gone interviews yet? And stuff like that. And let me clear one thing up first of all. As I mentioned in a previous video, I am not really, I'm not leaving the coding thing, but I am pursuing something different, something that catches my attention a little bit more, which is the ethical hacker thing. And that's why I haven't really been pursuing finding a job in software development. But let me tell you guys how I was getting interviews, how I was doing it, to get hits, how I was receiving emails and phone calls. So for those of you who have questions like, can you get interviews? Can you do all this stuff without having to go to college? Plain and simply, yes, you can. And I'm not saying it's going to be easy, but yes, it is possible to get a job, to get a career in this without having to go to college. So, how did I do it? Well, networking. And more than anything, social media networking, especially now. Now, the interview that I got at Google, I didn't get it through social media. I was doing Uber at the time, and I fortunately met a young lady who, pretty much hooked me up with one of the people at Google who gave me the interview. But obviously, with everything going on nowadays, it's a little bit harder. So what can you do to start getting, interviews, to start getting pretty much your name out there or getting recognized? Social media networking, guys. It's the thing. Social media networking. So you want to have a LinkedIn, you want to have an Instagram, you want to have a Twitter, even a Facebook still, for those of you who use Facebook. All this stuff, sorry for my camera, is pretty much what's going to help you guys get out there. For those of you who don't understand, create a LinkedIn, start posting on there, post what you guys are working on that day, what language you're working on, all this sort of stuff, and that's going to get you out there. That's how I was getting hits. I was getting messages like, oh, hey, can you please send me your resume? We have this position available for this. Most of them, unfortunately, were like senior software engineers, senior developers. I didn't have the experience and I didn't get past that. But the fact that people were messaging me saying like, hey, can you send us your resume? That showed a lot about, what social media networking does. And it's just not about posting every day. It's about also communicating with people. If you see a post that you like, go and comment on it. Put your 2 cents in. I would obviously stay away from political and religious posts and all that stuff because, you want to keep it professional, which a lot of people aren't keeping it professional right now on LinkedIn, but as you keep it professional and you will get noticed. On Instagram, what I do is obviously I just post, pictures of what I'm doing that day. When I do post what I'm working on and stuff like that, I go comment on other people's posts, etc., etc. So for those of you who keep asking the question, how can I get interviews? How can I get noticed? Social media networking. Keep it professional. Number one rule, keep it professional. Don't post about politics. Don't post about all this stuff. I mean, your beliefs are your beliefs, and everybody respects that. But if you want to keep it professional, people got to see that you are a professional, whether it's on social media or at a job site or at a job. So keep it professional. To post about stuff that you're doing. Don't post about, like, if you're working on Python and you're posting JavaScript projects, and you're just confusing not only yourself but the people who are trying to hire you. If you're working on Python, post about Python stuff, like specifically stuff that you're working on or that you're contributing to, because that just shows them, like, okay, he's sticking to this thing, he's getting really good at it, and it's working out for him. So let's give him a shot, let's give him an interview, we'll have him send us his resume, etc., etc. And as long as you're showing that you have a consistency, people like that. You may not get the job the first time, but hey, at least you already built a connection, and that same person that denied you the first time may hire you the second, third, or even fourth time. You gotta understand that there's people that have 15, 20 interviews before they even get hired, to a basic job. And I'm not saying like basic, I mean to an entry-level job. So you guys have to have patience. That's number 2, patience. You have to have patience. You can't just oh, I didn't get this job, I suck at this. No. That just means that you weren't good for that specific job. They need somebody maybe with more experience or with different technical abilities than what you have. That doesn't mean that you're not good at what you do. Number 3, you try to work on something constantly. Especially like if you can contribute to an open source project, do that. That's what people like to see. Yes, there's a lot of these little projects like, you can build a Facebook clone, an Instagram clone, and you can literally go on YouTube and find how to build an Instagram clone. Cool, you can do that. But what people are looking for is real world experience. And what is real world experience? Open source projects. If you guys can go and find an open source project that you can contribute to, that's even better, because now you have this on your portfolio / resume. Oh, I wrote 20 lines of code for this open source project and they used it. Oh snap, really? You actually contributed to an open source project and they're using it? Awesome, great. Send us your resume. Thing number 4, make sure you have a portfolio ready. You can have a resume, whatever you want, but people want to see what you're working on. They just don't want to read about it. They want to be able to have access to what you're working on, the lines of code that you wrote for a certain project. Not everything obviously is, you obviously can't link a website to everything that you're working on, but as long as they have something to work with that they can see, like, okay, this is actually it, there you go. And this is what I was doing, guys, to get interviews, to get notice on LinkedIn, Instagram. I get a couple things here and there on Instagram, like, I get other developers like, can you help me figure this problem out, etc., etc. And it works, guys. It really does work. Just because I personally am just not putting like my full effort into finding a job in this doesn't mean that it does not work. I'm just simply seeking something else. And so this is what can help a lot of you guys out. You guys got to understand that networking, whether it's physical networking or social media networking is what works. That's what it's going to get your name out there. And I can literally tell you that it does work, because it has worked for me. The fact that I haven't gotten a job is different. Again, I'm just seeking something else. I want to find that niche that really excites me, and ethical hacking is that thing that so far it's making it work for me. For some of you, it's front-end development. So for some of you, it's databasing. For some of you, it's back-end. Everybody has their thing, but you guys need to understand that whatever that thing is that you like, stick to that. Yes, a lot of companies when they post for a job, like, it's good to have this, and it's like this meme that I found. This is like, you're not looking for a entry level engineer. You're looking for the whole IT department. And But another thing that HR has told me, guys, and this is coming from straight HR people from Google, Apple, is that when they make those listings, they're just making them. They don't actually like know what they're saying. All they do is the engineer, tells them like, oh, well, I would like them to have Python, JavaScript, MySQL, all these things. So they put that on the posting. But at the end of the day, that's not exactly what they're looking for. Maybe they're looking for is a Python developer that really knows kind of what they're doing, and they'll hire you. Yeah, they would like for you to know MySQL, but it's not necessary. So don't be scared when you guys see job listings that list like 20 different languages, because that's not it. It's plain and simply, that's not it. It's just apply, network, 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 and that's what will get you guys noticed or start getting noticed. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm really sorry that this video is kind of sucks, but I really wanted to get this out there before I forgot, because I get the idea for a video and then I forget it and I just don't do it. So I just really want to hopefully this helps some of you guys out on starting to get noticed. Sorry about the makeup, that's my wife's. But please guys, network, network, network. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and see you guys on the next one.